Hello everyone, welcome to Crunch Sports. This is me, Saumil, and Santosh is here with us. Today we'll be talking about the third test which took place in Headingley against England. India versus England. Santosh, how are you feeling about the game?
Well, after the last match at Lords, I had huge expectations of the series, bro. I thought we'll get like 3-1 at least against England because the first test is supposed to win the match, but then after that, an innings defeat is too hard to digest because to get them all out of 120 and letting them score 428 is something drastic, and it happened in a space of like 1 week or something. So yeah, it's hard to
Yeah,
digest at this point.
exactly. As you mentioned, it's hard to digest, of course, and we got them out for 120, and England surely they got their revenge by getting India out at 78.
Yeah.
And I think it was a bad batting display in the first half by India. And then again, they come at the third day, yeah, and a bad batting display again. All
Yeah,
right.
and the last two times Kohli won the toss, India got bowled out below 100. So I guess it's
Yeah,
better if he doesn't
I
win the
know.
toss only. It's better that way. Let just keep losing tosses and win the match. So it's good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even if he wins the toss, it's something which doesn't go well for India.
Yeah.
So,
So we'll lose the toss.
so
It's
it's
fine.
better that he loses the toss.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's talk about the first innings first. So, what do you have to say about that? I mean, it's pretty obvious, but
Uh,
yeah.
yeah. See, I think India are heavily reliant on their openers now. Before they were reliant
Yeah,
on Kohli, but now it's the openers. Unless one of them carries on, I don't think the batting is strong enough at this point to get a big score because KL Rahul got out pretty early, and then Rohit Sharma wasn't finding the touch he had in the previous match. He was struggling a little bit. Pujara came in, he got out, and then Kohli I thought he'd go big, but that innings, but was disappointed. So unless the openers give a stand for India, they're not able to put up a big score. So I think that's a concern right now. So yeah, but otherwise, I also expected a Bumrah and Shami show, but Shami first ball already
yeah.
got out. So so I don't know. So it was a bad time display as you told.
I mean, you can't really blame Bumrah and Shami, bro. They
Yeah,
are
I'm not
bowlers,
blaming.
and
Yeah,
you can't expect them to score runs in every match. And
yeah,
yeah, I mean, you can expect it that at least 20 runs or something you
20
can
over.
get from
Yeah,
them, but you can't expect a 50 or something from them.
true.
So I think it's on Virat Kohli and Ajinkya Rahane this time. They
Mm,
haven't performed well
mm.
this test at least, and the last test as well. Virat Kohli got out early, so I think that this one has to be on Virat Kohli and Ajinkya Rahane. The middle order of India. Pujara did perform in the second innings, and Virat Kohli did get a 52. But I think that that's not what his standard is. When the team is 130 runs or something behind, he's their leading batsman and he has to stay there. And I think the shots that he has played this whole Test series, they have been quite loose, and his cover drive, which we all know is his strongest weapon, it's been turning out to be his a weak point for him.
Yeah.
And yeah, and now moving on, to our bowlers, I think their job was pretty harsh after getting all out for 78. It was not,
Yeah.
you can't expect that they'll come and save the day again, and they'll not let runs this time, because England will obviously be in a good mindset after bowling India out for 78. And I think this one has to be on the middle order, because they haven't really performed, as you mentioned, that India is reliant on their openers now.
Yeah, and talking
Okay.
about
Yeah.
India's bowling. See, England's opening batsmen, they're fairly new to the conditions. I mean, not conditions, the Test match arena. But then they are pressure free because 78 runs is not a big deal. Even if one of them, gets out, Joe Root or someone will come and get those 78 runs to ensure they're not, in deficit. So they came back. So they came out and expressed themselves. So the bowlers are, there's no one to be blamed here. But I think Ishant Sharma could have been more tighter. He bowled
Yeah.
like 4 to 5 no balls or something. So that can't be excused. He should be more tighter than that prospect. He's played like 100 matches right now. So no balls at this stage too is pretty harsh for the team itself. So yeah, that's the only concern in the bowling. But otherwise, blaming them for the loss is not acceptable.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And they say that wait a second. What was I gonna say? Stop once
Right.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, now coming to Joe Root, he has scored 500 runs in his 5 innings that he has played. And I mean, that's sensational, bro, considering how many hundreds? 300s, right?
300s already. Yeah.
Yeah, 300s already. And he has been going big every time. So I think he has been in sensational form. And that's a good plus point for England as well.
Yeah.
Because if they hadn't got that 100 from Joe Root, I think they would have been in a very bad situation like India as well. And India could have you gained an advantage over them. Yeah,
Yeah.
what do you have to say about him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know how he comes out every innings and puts out runs on the board. I mean, he got an 80 and then 100, 100 and a 30. So, I mean, it's big runs. It's not like, it's small, it's big in context of any game. So, yeah, he's turning out and putting those runs for England. And as you mentioned, if he didn't get those 100 runs, India would have, been in deficit, but they wouldn't have, been in such 300-run deficit or something like that. It would be like
yeah,
maximum 180 or 190 runs, which they could have got easily. So yeah, that's the thing. He is the game changer for England. He is protecting the innings and keeping it together. So as long as he's doing that, it's pretty hard for India. So yeah, he is proving to be a star player for England right now.
yeah. And one more thing to talk about is England's bowling. They don't have Jofra Archer in their squad. They don't have Ben
Yeah,
Stokes, and they are still performing really well. And who's the new player? Overton
Overton.
and
Yeah,
Overton and Robinson. I think they have stepped up to their occasions, and they have taken wickets for them. And Robinson got a 5-wicket haul as well in the second innings of India, and I think it's a big achievement for him,
yeah,
considering he's not even a starter for them. He's their maybe a third choice for them,
yeah.
and
He wouldn't
he
be
has been
playing
performing well.
if Archer is there. He wouldn't be playing. So
Yeah,
he's still getting 5 wickets on.
exactly. And let us know your thoughts about it.
Yeah, Robinson. I mean, in second innings, Anderson went wicketless, but then he made up for
Yeah,
it. He got a 5 wicket haul and he picked up Kohli's wicket too, because Kohli was set. All the flicks were
yeah,
coming out and the defense was looking in shape. But then he bowled the fifth step again and Kohli again edged it. So yeah, it's partly Kohli's mistake too. If he was in zero or something, he would have left that ball for sure. But then being set and being confident, I think he went for it and got the nick. But kudos to Robinson too for being persistent with that line and not changing too much. The plan was simple. That's what he told in his post-match presentation. So yeah, I mean, they stuck to the plan and got the wickets, and they're all at this point they'll be confident heading to the next Test match. So yeah, that's the thing. Robinson looked great for England.
yeah. I think the issue with Kohli has been more of psychological kind of issue now, because take the last 5 innings or something he has played, and you'll see out of 3 out of 5 of them he has got a nick from a cover drive.
Yeah,
So, and how many he has got out to Anderson like 3 times or something in this Test series. So I think he's his biggest rival. I feel, because he's troubling him again. So
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
let's know
they're
your
rating him
thoughts.
properly now. So I mean, yeah, I mean every batsman has a weakness. That's fine.
Yeah,
But then as we all know, Sachin's 245 against Australia with a cover drive. That's what he has to do. I mean, Kohli has the pedigree to do it. He can do it.
exactly.
But at this point, there's something that's missing in his psychological thing, which is not connecting and putting the innings together. But I think it's not that
Yeah.
far away. He'll be able to do it.
I think it's just 100 away from that, momentum that he needs. If he gets 100, I think it'll be no looking back, and everyone will be, talking about him again.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're still talking about him, but it'll be in a good way now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and next going up, we'll be talking about Pujara, and I think he has answered his critics very, very well, scoring 91 runs in that pressure situation when KL Rahul got out early, and he comes in and he scores 91 runs. That speaks for itself. What a great play he is. So, Santosh, what do you have to say about him?
Yeah, I mean, there was no doubt that he had the caliber because already 10 plus years in test matches. He has proved himself often. But then in the past 2 or 3 years, he didn't get the big runs. That's what the question was
Yeah.
on him. He had contributed to the team in the wins, in Gaba or Sydney to the draw. He has been there, but then to get those runs and be on the scoreboard, that was not there. So that was the question on him. But now I think he has answered them. And the way he played also was very positive. From the first ball itself, he started driving. There was no defense first up. We even saw him playing pull shots. I don't think we've seen him play those pull
Yeah.
shots in the past 3 years. So that's a very good positive for India. That's the only positive for India from this test match. I would say that. So I think, yeah, Pujara has silenced his critics. He has the pedigree still, and he'll go on for at least 2 or 3 more years.
Yeah. Last question before going. What change would you like to see in the Indian lineup? Maybe in the middle order or maybe a different all-rounder? What would you like to see?
No, I think Jadeja has to play because Jadeja's batting, he's more of a batsman who can bowl, and that's what India wants
Yeah.
right now. So I think that's what India should go forward with. And personally, I would like to see Ashwin coming back in place of Ishant Sharma. See, Ashwin, he's not a spinner who feeds off the conditions. He can bowl anywhere and turn the ball.
Yeah.
So
I agree to that.
yeah, in the WTC final itself, we saw on a green top pitch, he got 2 or 3 wickets. So I mean, he can spin the ball in any conditions. So conditions not what Ashwin plays for. It's about just striking in the important times, and I think he'll do that. I think he'll be more useful than Ishan Sharma is. No disrespect, and he can bat also a little bit. So I think he'll be a very good key for India the next Test match. So I think he has to play in place of Ishan Sharma. What do you think?
I agree to that. When you have Ashwin in your squad, you have that upper edge as the spinner he is. He can get wickets from any pitch he wants.
Yeah.
And on his day, I think he can rip England apart. So
yeah, but do you think they'll play Thakur instead of Ashwin? Because Kohli's
Thakur is also
four seamers, right?
Yeah.
That's what he's saying always. So you think
Thakur
they'll play
is
him?
also a good option, considering he can bat well as well. So it has to be either Thakur or Ashwin for me. Or we can even say we can even see Ishant Sharma continuing. Maybe maybe Kohli will be looking to change the team because considering how they batted in the first half of the innings. So maybe we can see a change in Ishant Sharma.
Yeah.
And are you seeing any change in the middle order?
I mean, I think it'll be pretty harsh on any player if he is left out. Because the full middle order is not playing. As I mentioned earlier, it's only the top order. I mean, the first two opening batsmen who are scoring runs, and if they don't score, it's just up to the tail to score runs. So that's what's happening here right now, and it's really unfair if you want to miss out someone. And to be particular, if Rahan is under question right now, I mean, there's got to be some respect too because he's won the series for us in Australia, and he's played some good innings in the past as well. I mean, yes, he has been inconsistent, very inconsistent, but I think he will prove his worth in the upcoming matches. What do you think? You see Sky playing somewhere?
I mean, yeah, I'll go with Rane on this one because, even if you look at the Indian squad right now, the players that they have available for selection, I don't think so there is anyone of his caliber who can, beat his caliber and who has more experience than him. So obviously I'll go with him. And there is no middle order batsman who can play at number 5 for India. There is Surya Kumar Yadav, but I don't think so that you can play Surya Kumar Yadav in England. Debut him in England. So
debuting is going to be a big task because they're going to come up and score runs straight away. I mean, it's red ball cricket first of all, so it's going to be hard. And against Anderson and all, it's not going to be easy. So
yeah. And I don't think so. Surya Kumar Yadav, he can play. He's a number 5 player. Maybe you can play him at number 4 or number 2, but number 3. But I don't think so. He can perform well at number 5.
Yeah, and do you see Pant being replaced by Saha anytime soon.
No,
It's too early
no,
to
no,
ask.
that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Until and unless Pant is injured, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm fully backing Pant on this one. All right, this was it for the video, and thank you for watching the video. Make sure you like the video, do all the good stuff, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe to our channel. We put sports related podcasts on this one, and thanks a lot for watching. Thanks Santosh for coming. Thank you a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.